Hi, my name is Clint Medeiros. This is a case study for EDL 854. Section 1 is the case summary. This takes place at Briardale Elementary School, which is one of 6 elementary schools in the district. There are 2 middle schools and 1 high school in this district as well. Funding for supplementary curriculum such as art, music, sports, etc. comes from a foundation of mostly parents who do fundraising to support these parts of the school. Mr. Barely, a new parent, was chosen to lead the foundation for Briardale Elementary. He is new to the district, new to the committee, and is chosen to lead this. Mr. Barely, a Harvard graduate, is a very competitive person and wanted to raise funds for more funds than his friend Mr. Morley. They attended Harvard together and were frat brothers. Mr. Barely performed a cash raffle that was discovered by the sheriff's office without a license. In that case, he was also arrested. Moving on to Section 2, the ethical and legal issues in the case. What ethical and legal issues does this case present? First of all, a legal raffle license was not held by anyone who had a part in the raffle. District employees, if district employees knew of the event, then negligence could be involved. Somebody who held a license should have definitely been involved in this. All fundraisers should have been approved by Principal Santos prior to holding the raffle. There needs to be an approval process. Also legal, no harassment or discriminatory actions were involved. Some ethical issues. Prior to the raffle, all stakeholders should have known the laws and regulations. They should have done their research. They should have found out what the requirements are in this state. Principal Santos should have known these laws and regulations. If he was aware of the raffle going on, then he should have had some issues with it and stopped it. Continuing Section 2, ethical and legal issues. Was there a breach of contract? The foundation had no contract with the district. It is an outside association, so there was not a contract there. Did Mr. Barley sign a volunteer agreement with the school? It could cause a breach of contract if he did. It does not say in the case whether he did or not. Mr. Barley received a misdemeanor charge with the sheriff's office. Mr. Santos is the one who could be in breach of contract if he allowed the fundraiser to go on with knowing that it was happening. Continuing with Section 3, what is happening? Mr. Barely has been appointed the foundation president for Briardale Elementary School, where he is in charge of fundraising. Out of competition to raise the most money, he performed an illegal raffle fundraiser for cash prizes and was arrested by the sheriff's office. Continuing with Section 4, the facts. The people involved in the situation. Carl Santos is the principal of Briardale Elementary School. Mr. Barely, a foundation president, is in charge of fundraising. Mr. Morley, foundation president of another elementary school. And last is the foundation committee. Continuing Section 4, the facts. The place in which this occurs includes the type of community, location, and demographics. First of all, it is a diverse community. It does not say where. It is a Briardale Elementary School, one of 6 elementary schools in the district. There are also 2 middle schools and 1 high school, like I previously stated. The program includes, the facts continue, the program includes the type of schools, the curriculum, and grade levels. Grade level is K through 5. The school size is approximately 600 students. The curriculum is focused on basic skills and based on student performance. Fundraising is used to supplement curriculum, art, music, etc. Moving on to Section 5, review and prioritize the information. In order to make a quality decision, we must first review and prioritize the information and how it can affect ourselves, stakeholders, the community, and the students. The stakeholders are Principal Santos, Mr. Barely, the foundation committee, the school, and the community. Stakeholder impact. Was Mr. Barely aware of the laws, and did Mr. Santos know about the fundraiser prior to it occurring? Stakeholders who need to be involved is the superintendent, the committee members, the sheriff's department, and our school legal team, so that we can figure out what exactly went on and what occurred. More information is that what I need to know is I need to analyze the board policy, speak with legal representation, our legal team, and our superintendent prior to making any decisions. Continuing with Section 5, upon speaking with our superintendent, our legal team, and our school board, I'll be able to make a decision based on the information given. Continuing with Section 6, identify options and consequences. Option 1 is my no action option. Change nothing, just allow it to go on. What's going to happen? We risk legal action against the school for running an illegal raffle, and the raffle would continue to be handled by the committee. That is the no action option. Option 2 is extreme action or comprehensive action. Mr. Barely and the foundation committee's members are all removed. A different route for fundraising is explored, so if foundation isn't used, that could fall on my shoulders as the principal. All raffle money is given back so that everything is cleared up. That is the most extreme. Continuing section 6 was option 3. It's the middle ground option. Remove Mr. Barely as chair. The foundation committee gets put through a series of training on fundraising legalities, such as having what is legal, what is not, and all raffle money is refunded. Option 4 is another middle ground option. Raffle money is refunded and another fundraiser is set up to replace it. Mr. Barely and the committee members must complete a training stating the fundraising rules. All volunteers must sign an agreement to comply with fundraisers' laws and guidelines from this point on. Continuing section 6, moving on to section 7, evaluating our options. The no action option, I don't see a lot of pros for the no action. Might make Mr. Barely happy, but not very many pros in this situation. Cons, we're still at legal risk of action. Poor community support. What is the community going to say if we're doing stuff illegally? The outcomes, legal action against the school, is pretty obvious. The extreme action, it sets an example and eliminates legal action. What we expect, what we should be doing. It could be tough to replace Mr. Barely and the committee. If we get rid of the committee completely, that fundraising is going to fall on the school and the administration's shoulders. Middle ground 1, allow for continued legal fundraising is the pro. Continue to raise money for those arts and subjects that are not funded through our school. Removal of Mr. Barely without knowing the laws. Is it his fault that he didn't know them? Probably, but it could be a bad thing if we remove him without training him. Outcomes, continue legal fundraising and training for all individuals. Middle ground number 2 is educate the committee and fix all fundraising issues. Will the community support this decision? Is the con that I can see. They did something wrong. Should they be removed? Will the community support that? Continue legal fundraising by the committee for the school. It takes some burden off of my shoulders as well as the other administration shoulders. Section 8, choose your best option. Option 4 is my choice. After careful consideration and reflection, I believe that option 4 creates the best opportunity for our school and students because nobody knew the raffle laws and training was not available for the committee. That should probably fall on my shoulders to make sure that training is available. Raffle money is refunded and another fundraiser set up. Mr. Barely and the committee members must complete a training stating the fundraising rules. All volunteers must sign an agreement to comply with fundraiser laws and guidelines. Section 9, implementation. Step 1, obviously meet with the superintendent and discuss plans for future fundraising and policies that I will implement. I would like to have a discussion with the superintendent as well as other principals in the district so that we're all on the same page, so that one district, one school is not following a different set of rules. Make sure that they are the same. After meeting with the superintendent, I would meet with Mr. Barely and the foundation committee to discuss the steps that we're going to take. We would discuss our training plan for our foundation members and make sure they know the policies, the potential effects that their fundraisers could have on the district, such as legal action, and what we expect out of them. Continuing to step 4, have all involved sign a volunteer letter, an agreement that they will do everything they can legally to help our school. Plan B, if the committee does not agree with the plan, they'll lose all privileges of fundraising and I will carry that burden. At that point, they've lost their right to help us, so we'll move on without them. Section 10 is the standards, standard 6, 6.2 and 6.3. I really enjoyed the class. It was good getting to know everybody. Thank you.